because you're out there with your friends. Don't do that, okay? If you are arrested, this is what you do. Please take a note. You ask for a lawyer. That's what you do. You ask for a lawyer. You do not go in there and start, well, I want to tell my side of the story. Because, you know, I need them to know my truth. Because I have a truth, and that truth has to come out. Because your truth, everything that you say, can and will be used against you. Okay? So please remember that. Ask for a lawyer and don't just start, you know, getting diarrhea of the mouth. All right? If for some reason there's a situation and you happen to be injured, what you are to do, this was touched upon, make sure you take a mental note of the officers or the detectives who actually you have interacted with, and you know, you ask for medical attention, and at some point what you're going to do is get a copy of your medical file, okay? What you're also going to do is get the names of your witnesses as well. So I really think that is important to point out. I think it was Deacon Thompson who touched upon the identification. Yes, IDs are extremely important, okay? But I also want you to know this. You're not getting arrested for that fact alone that you don't have identification, okay? This is New York State, all right? So although you're walking down the street and you don't have ID, I don't want you to believe that, okay, well, that alone, I'm getting arrested for that alone, all right? That would mean many people, the cells are going to be full with many people, okay? This is also important. If you happen to be issued a summons, or if you're actually arrested, and I touched upon the fact a moment ago that you may not have ID, please don't go in there giving another name. Don't ever do any of that, because you are going to be charged with a crime by doing that, all right? This was also touched upon if you're stopped in the vehicle. It's important for you to know your friends, okay? Some of us, we have friends and all we know is their name is Pookie. Okay? Pookie is not a government name. If you don't know your friend's government name, you have to be extremely careful. Because Pookie, you know, there are many Pookies out here, and Ron Rons and Ray Rays, okay? So be careful who you surround yourself with. When you're out on the block with your friends, having a great time, and we're gonna keep it real right now. If they are doing things that are not lawful, they are out there smoking, and you know what I mean by smoking, you don't need to be with them. You just don't need to be with them. Because yes, the police are going to come up to you, all right? You just have to be cognizant of what you are doing day in, day out. And as I stated a moment ago, many of us like to get caught up in our feelings. And you can get nervous when the police stop you and come over to you. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you have something on you or if you don't. You can still get nervous, all right? I was stopped in one of our neighboring villages, I think Bronxville. I had come from court here in Mount Vernon. Police car pulls me over. Do you know why I pulled you over? No, I really don't. But what I did, when I had pulled over, put my car in park, I took out my attorney ID card. So when I took out my attorney ID card and I had my other information, it was a little different because at that point, that officer kind of knew that, oh, wait a minute, she's going to come at me in a certain manner. And what I want you all to know is that many of us, no matter our education, no matter our station in life, we all get stopped by the police. And it's just the way in which you interact with the police officers. That's extremely, extremely important. I'll end with, it is important to be respectful to the police, okay? Because at the end of the day, I want you to get home to your family and your friends. And also the last point I'm going to make, all those issues that you want to bring up, oh, this officer didn't do this right, oh, this officer violated my rights and treated me this way. Let me deal with that when I'm in court. That's not your time on the street to deal with that, okay?